All right, guys, we're back. Another week, another day. We're going to talk about a few things this week, but let's cue the intro. Hello, guys. This is Two Latin Brothers Podcast, also known as T.L.B.P. I'm Victor.
And I'm Adrian.
We're back at it again with another not vlog, although we do have vlogs, and I know we haven't uploaded recently, but we're trying to reschedule since I'm in school, so we have a lot of things to,
Yeah, he's in school now, ladies and gentlemen, so, it's just, there's always a lot going on, isn't there?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I mean, even before, when we were, in the summertime, we had a month of just heavy grind.
Oh, yeah.
It was a heavy grind. It was go, and then you start school.
Yeah, and then I started school, and I started falling apart. That's fun.
Yeah, it's challenging. It's challenging to navigate those, especially in school, because, you have assignments, but you're also having fun doing those assignments.
Yeah.
So it's like a mixture, and you're also learning new things you didn't do before, things you didn't know how to do before.
Yeah.
So then you want to experiment on your own and all that stuff. So it's kind of like a mixed bag, but at the same time, it's a fun time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in week 2, so I'm surviving. I did survive this week.
The first week.
The first week.
The first
official week.
Even though technically this week counts as the very first week.
I mean, yeah, technically, but not really, because I already did stuff last week.
Yeah, I know.
But I had my first real assignment this Wednesday that I handed in. That was fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing too interesting about that. Just had to read Robert Munch because I'm doing radio and broadcasting. So.
All right. Well, I'm not going to get into that because we're going to get copyrighted if you talk about.
No, it won't.
If you read out the words.
I'm not going to read it out.
That's what I was going to say.
I don't have the script.
Starts reading out Robert Munch. Just pulls out his phone so the script goes.
I have it on my phone, but I'm not going to pull it out.
I was going to say, so apart from school, how you been?
What?
Apart from school, how you been?
How I've been?
I feel like I have to check in on you now.
I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine.
You're never around. I'm kidding.
I mean, I'm fine.
You know what's funny is we could have done this yesterday.
Oh yeah, we could have absolutely.
But here we are. No, I think it's college is a fun time because you meet people who, it's more like you meet like-minded people like you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're all striving towards the same thing.
Kind of, yes.
So I mean in the same career path because you're all trying, ultimately you're all trying to get the diploma with the same title on it.
Yes.
So you're
kinda.
What is going on over there?
I'm kidding.
But yeah, you strive for it, right? And it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. I was looking at actually there's a few things that I think you learn a lot about yourself and the kind of people you want to be around and who you don't want to be around. It's a very
I mean, so far I've been hanging out with a group of 6 people.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened. It just kind of formulated itself.
6 people.
Huh?
You're always in groups of 6.
Am I?
Even in high school.
No, not in high school. In high school, I was with multiple groups.
Well, I
was a floater.
I mean, the main squad.
Is it 6? It's more than that.
The main squad's more than that?
The main squad's more than that.
Well, I remember when you were in elementary school.
Actually, it might be less. No, the main squad is less.
It's 5 people.
It's 5, I think. If you're counting me, and then you guys know Sir Paula.
You guys know Thomas.
You guys know Thomas.
And you guys know Carly.
You guys know Carly.
You guys know, was Yusuf part of it?
Not really. No.
No.
Yeah, we're 4.
Okay, so it's not that
we
big.
are a squad. Quite literally. Squad means 4. We're a 4-man squad.
Y'all scattered out.
Yeah.
Doing completely different. That's what I think is interesting. Y'all should get together and hang out.
Yeah, maybe. If our schedules work out, then maybe I will truly consider that happening.
Yeah, I mean it's challenging,
especially during reading week, but we might have reading week on a different week. So
right. Also, as you get older, you discover that I don't know how people have plans with friends.
Yeah.
I'm man, these people move mountains to make plans with their friends. I don't know how. And we're back. Sorry for that really awkward cut. What were we talking about?
We're
scheduling. So if you meet up with one particular person, it's easier to make plans because you don't have to worry with everybody else's schedule.
It's just easier to navigate in general.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Why people are so busy?
Yeah, like
Why are you so busy?
Like someday we wake up.
That should be the first question.
Why am I so busy?
Why are you so busy?
Because I got stuff to do. I got plans, like what we're doing right now. Like this takes up every week of every day of my entire existence.
Yes.
Yeah. Just why are you so busy? Just throws it back on me.
Well,
It's
yeah.
like, look, it's your fault.
Well, I mean, you gotta think about yourself first, right? You gotta be like, who is the person at fault here? It's me and other people as well.
Okay, look, I'm not gonna throw faults around because
It's everyone's fault
That's a heavy
and my fault.
obviously, but that's a heavy-handed topic. All right, so
This week on Hard News.
whoa, no, the tough hitting facts
Yeah.
with Adrian and Victor.
Oh my gosh.
Holding nothing back, telling you how it is.
Brutal. Actually, never mind. We're not going that way. We're gonna talk about soft ice cream. I don't know why. There's many different kinds of servings. Ice
know
cream,
that soft
chocolate,
serve?
vanilla,
Soft serve ice cream. No?
soft serve.
That nitrogen stuff.
Yeah,
Gotta love it.
delicious. Let's go
Never
get some later.
had- You know, it's like the McDonald's ice cream.
Oh yeah,
The iconic McDonald's vanilla ice cream.
yeah. I mean, personally, I'm not crazy about McDonald's,
Yeah.
but I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
No, you just want an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
I feel that, you know, like,
Yeah.
but their ice cream machines, like, it's rare when you walk into an ice cream machine.
It's rare when you walk into an ice
No,
cream
it's
machine.
it's rare when you walk into McDonald's and the ice cream machine works.
Yeah. I bet you if I go right now, it's working.
That'd be really funny. Just like follow you with the camera. You're holding like
It's
the mic in your
working!
hand. You got like you
You
got
know
the,
what we should do one day? We should just bus around the city,
Yeah.
going to different locations of McDonald's just to see if it's working. Then we'll just write them off, you know what I mean?
Just
Like, this McDonald's, unreliable, denied. Put like a stamp on it.
stick
on
the
the
paper
front-
on the wall. Leave like a sign on the door. Ice cream machine broken.
Just
Don't come back during these hours.
on their door.
When will it be fixed? God knows.
Just make like little pink slips.
We print out on pink paper. That'd be great.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. That's like a whole thing. What was that? I was gonna. There was something
Scheduling.
else. What?
Scheduling. People don't know how to schedule.
No. Yeah, I know. Okay, so MQBHD, you know,
Okay.
the biggest tech YouTuber on YouTube.
That's
He was
ambitious of
saying
you
how's
to say.
what
No, I'm kidding.
one of his biggest toxic traits, according to him, it's not that it's toxic. He's like, it's the problem is every time he sees a scheduling app, he feels the need to try it.
Yeah.
Like, so he's like, I've tried like hundreds of scheduling apps, like calendar apps and everything. But like, he's like, somehow I always end up going back to like Google Calendar and like Google Tasks and
Yeah.
all that stuff because it's all like integrated, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and he swaps phones a lot and he's using a lot of Android phones. So
Yeah.
it just all syncs up better. So, but he's saying how he's just waiting for a day where like everything's integrated. Like he needs an app where all of it's just like one thing. Like he just needs all the apps to be like one thing.
Yeah. I know, right? That'd
Yeah.
be really convenient.
Yeah, because like that's what we need, you know. And for some reason, Google ain't delivered, you know.
Yeah.
But like what?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something
No,
because I saw you like lean, you know.
I went like this, and then I went like.
Oh, because
this.
you got closer to the microphone, so I assumed you were gonna say something.
I don't
I
know.
saw it in my peripheral, and I was like, he's gonna say something. He's gonna chime in right now.
I want to chime in. I'm not chiming in anything. What even are chimes? No, I'm kidding.
Whoa, okay, well, you know the little things you hang out
Yes,
inside,
yes,
in the
yes,
wind,
yes.
and they like.
I know what a chime is. I was in band.
Okay, I was gonna wait. Why would you need chimes in band?
'Cause chimes in the background.
Huh?
The piece, big, scene. Well, not scene. The big part of the piece comes in. The escalation, crescendoing, and then
Someone hits the chimes.
Someone's like with the timpanis, and then chimes at the end. Relax, cool waters, flowing waters everywhere.
Why is there flowing water?
Flowing waters? Because the music is flowing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it? The other
I
day.
almost just became a maestro just with all these gestures.
Oh, I gotta show you this great TikTok. I found this TikTok of this guy. You know, like I forgot what it's called, but you know that thing, like that's like one stringed, and it's like they use like a bow on it. It's like a Chinese instrument. I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's like a stick like this, and it's got like
yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a one string violin type of cello
Yeah.
type of thing. This guy plays Sasori's theme from Naruto on it,
Nice.
and it's like
If you
the
don't know what that
comments-
is, it's a show.
yeah, it's
An
anime.
anime. Yes.
But anyway, the comments are like people are like, this made me cry.
Yeah.
Like, and this
can
got
see
like
that.
a bunch of likes. You were like,
Yeah.
got me in the feels, and I was like, oh man, because like especially that like span of like like that those episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're hard hitting episodes,
Yeah. That whole arc was like heavy hitting.
It's like his heavy depression.
Yeah. Well, not heavy depression. It was just heavy on the heart.
Yeah, it's like it makes you wonder about the writer. Like, what were you going through, man? Like, what was going on?
I mean, the whole story.
Did you hear? So someone was going through old speeches that the Queen had given.
Yes,
because she's passed away. So we're going over.
If you haven't figured out that the Queen has passed away and you're finding it out right now, you need to get yourself some social media,
or you gotta jump on like the news, my guy. It's what everybody's talking about.
like honestly, I don't know how it's possible to even miss
Her funeral was like this morning.
Not unless the fact that you're completely disconnected with society and you live in a cave and you're like with a receiver trying to get some good Wi-Fi right now. I don't see this happening.
No, but anyway, so someone was going through and apparently one of her in one of her speeches she says the One Piece is real.
Oh my gosh.
And every person it's like that clip was like cut up and thrown on TikTok. And everybody's like duetting it, being like, just start singing like a bunch of like One Piece openings. Intros. You're just like, this one guy like pulls out a straw hat and puts it on. I'm like, that's like the greatest thing.
That's amazing.
It's like back in like 2017 or something like that.
The One Piece is real?
Yeah. But I don't even think she actually said that. I think the person who did it like
edited the audio.
So it looks like that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
Or it sounds like that's what she's saying. But it's like, it's just so perfectly cut. I'm like, man, that's great. Like, it sounds like a proper, like, it doesn't sound choppy.
That'd be so, like, it'd be so weird. Because that would mean the anime writer was, like, writing about something legit.
Like, all this time. And
everything's fact.
Everything's real. It's like how a lot of, like, fantasy shows are based on like Greek legends or like
just
mythology and all that. Like Roman mythology and Greek mythology and like
just mythology.
The
in
native
general
mythology.
I love how you started listing off when it's just mythology.
Like, well, I know because everybody's got their own take on it.
Well, yeah, mythology, legend, right?
Yeah.
Those are the types of things stories are based off. Well, at least fiction.
Right, but it also makes you wonder, like, like how these like things came to be, right?
It's called an imagination, Adrian.
No, I mean,
I use it daily.
I use it daily. No, I meant like in the sense of like back then, like how do you get like
imagination?
No, how do you get a whole bunch of people?
You close your eyes.
No. How do you get a whole bunch of people to suddenly start believing in, like, say, like in Zeus? Like, how do you convince all these people?
I'm not going to get into this right now because this question is so easy to answer. So easy to answer.
Okay, go.
It's called imagination. It's called belief in circumstance.
There's no proof, though.
Huh?
There's no proof, though.
You don't need proof to make someone believe in
something.
Imagine,
like, there's just like a thunderstorm outside, and the guy's like, that's the god Zeus. And then it just caught on.
No, honestly, there could have been that one guy being like, the god Zeus, and then just lightning, thunder.
Just like the probability of it. Apparently, I don't know if this is true, but apparently there's a website where you can go onto, and if there's a storm near you, it'll tell you where, like, because of the way the satellites are, it'll tell you the exact spot where lightning struck.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but like I was like on Reddit the other day and I saw it and I was like, next time it storms, I gotta check this out. I think I bookmarked it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like how you can determine the approximation of the distance, determining by the sound.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so when you see the flash start counting, and like just Google it and you'll find it.
It's really interesting. Like there's a lot of stuff like that where I'm always blown away by it, honestly. But yeah, so we're kind of did we
you don't
watch
even know
She-Hulk?
What?
Yeah, we did. We watched She-Hulk. We're like on episode.
Yeah, we caught up on She-Hulk.
We haven't actually. We're not caught up. We haven't seen this week's episode.
Oh yeah, not this week's episode, but we watched She-Hulk all
we're
the
on
way
like
to
episode 4,
all the way to the episode with Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
That was a waste of payments.
A waste of it.
I mean,
a lot of people
think about that last scene.
Okay, so
honestly, that last scene with Megan Thee Stallion.
Like now, people have gone from criticizing the show to criticizing the writing of the show.
I know.
because like one of the things that's happened is like a lot of Marvel movies, like they're just telling you, like, especially like when there's a lot of women issues and stuff.
Yes.
In the show, they just tell you like, I've been through this or I've been through that or this or that, right? They're just telling you.
Yes.
As opposed to like, because like good writing is like they'll show you it as opposed to tell you it.
I mean, kind of.
Right, but like,
but I mean, do you really need to show that?
Right, that's the other argument, right? So
yeah,
it's like, do we show it? Do we not show it? And it's,
I mean, like the verbal abuse amongst women, right?
Yeah.
Like against women.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to portray that, because at the same time you need to realize that some of those events can also be triggering to other people.
Right. So it's one of those things where it's like
it's a gray line.
It's a really tough thing to navigate, and I don't think people understand that. Like, and like a lot of people are also saying how, I don't know why, but there's a lot of men right now talking about how like it feels like they're just trying to shove it down your throat kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like they're trying to reach a quota of how many times they can say this or that in like a specific amount of like, you know,
yeah,
hitting it in the episodes. But I think it's interesting to see like how so unaware some people are to some things, and then like because I've seen it, like especially when it comes to like, for example, like catcalling a girl.
Yes.
Like the amount of times I've seen it happen to a girl.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just it's especially when you're in college. It's unbelievable. Like it's almost absurd. Like it's every corner, it's everywhere. Like
I mean, like, let's be real here. Men in college have two things on their mind.
Okay, well, we don't need to get into that. But what I'm trying to get at is like, you know, you don't understand until like you see it, right?
Yes.
And like I remember I told this guy flat out, like, yo, just leave her alone. And I'm like, why? Clearly she's not interested. And I didn't even know who the girl was. I didn't even know who the guy was. Like I just kind of jumped in because she was like physically, like you could see it. She was uncomfortable.
It bothers me when I see catcalling.
Yeah.
And the catcalling is persistent.
Yeah.
And you can see it in the individual's face that they're not comfortable with you, you know, being this way with them.
Yeah.
And they just don't want anything to do with you, but yet they're persistent in doing so. And it annoys me, and I do get involved.
Yeah, yeah. So this was an instance like that where I got involved. And the guy was like, what are you like her friend or something? And I'm like, yeah. Can you leave her alone? And then he was like, dude, just mind your own business. And then I'm like, I
just made it my business.
I'm like, leave her alone. And then I look at the girl, because we're like in a hallway, right? And then I'm like, yo, just come with me. And then so she's like walking behind me, and she's like,
you know, that's my favorite line to use whenever somebody says, mind your business. You just made it my business.
Yeah.
The mere fact that you challenged me in such a way,
challenge
it gets
accepted.
me like, it gives me a fire in my belly. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, no, for sure. And there have been instances where I had this one guy tell me, well, I had a friend who was with me.
Yes.
Who he's like, dude, he's like, I for a second I thought you were gonna murder him. I'm like, what? He's like, you look so angry. I'm like, I was tempted. I was like, what? I'm like, I saw it. Yeah. But it's one of those things where, sure, as a male,
yes,
I think it's more infuriating because it's like my side of this is the one causing the problem.
Yes.
And they don't want to acknowledge that it's a problem.
Yes.
Which is more infuriating,
oh man, I can't even say the word.
It just makes you more angry.
It just makes you more using synonyms now. I was agitated.
It just makes you more angry than like if it wasn't, you know, for your family, right? And that's the hard part, right? Like, I mean, because why did I say family? It's coming from like your side of things, right?
Yes.
Because like when it comes to males and females, like that whole like dynamic is already a mess.
I mean,
and then we just make it more
from the moment you admit that there's a problem with that type of situation, it makes you more of a man as a man.
Right. Yeah, of course. And then like afterwards, the girl was what she was like, thank you for doing that. And I'm like, she's like, what? I'm like, yeah. She's like, he's been doing that for like a week now. Yeah. He literally like, he knows like he does that every week because he knows that's a class I'll walk out of. And every week he'll like do it.
Yeah. See, and here's the other
thing. I'm
like,
all right. I'm like, yo. I'm like, this is the spot where he does it this time. She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Next week I'll be outside your class and I'll wait for you.
Yeah.
So like that's what I did next week. And then he saw me there. And then I'm like, you think I should come back next week? She's like, I mean, just like, whatever.
Just to like walk by.
Yeah, like just to check up on you. And she's like, okay. So like I walked by the following week and he wasn't there anymore. So I was like, I guess she's fine.
He realized.
Yeah, he was like, oh, maybe he actually is her friend.
Yeah. Like, but oh shoot, like, never mind.
It's one of those things where it's very...
like in those types of situations, like, great, you helped somebody out.
Yeah.
You meant nothing by it.
Yeah.
But this can go the complete other direction.
Right, yeah.
With girls. They're like, what, you think I can't handle it myself? And I'm like, I didn't say you couldn't.
Yeah.
You were the one making, assumptions.
For sure.
And that happens a lot. And then they try to portray the guy who's trying to help as a bad guy too. And now there's two enemies when they were supposed to get another ally.
Look, I feel like, not to single out a specific group of women, but like it's usually, and not that I'm being mean or I'm singling them out, but it's usually, and we hear this a lot, it's usually the feminist.
Okay, here's my point on that. A person who speaks that way to a man, right?
Yeah.
I don't see them as a real feminist.
Right.
I do not.
Yeah.
They're not a real feminist.
Okay, but they call themselves that.
I don't care what they call themselves. They're identifying
with said group.
I don't care what they identify themselves with.
Okay,
they're not a feminist.
Okay, but
because they don't understand what that means.
Okay, I get that, but that's what I was trying to point out. Okay.
Yes.
So like, and they'll girl power.
So basically, a small demographic that believes they're feminists, but they're not feminists.
Right. Okay, but I wasn't getting into that. I didn't want to get into that.
I mean, like, depending.
But let me get back to this. Right. I've had that happen. Right.
Yes.
And not that like I'm always trying to play a hero, because like honestly, like
it can't be every day.
Like 95% of the time, like I just like walk into these things.
Yes.
Like it's not like I plan. I'm like, oh, there's a chance for me to jump in. Like I'm like the most non-confrontational person. If I don't have to engage, I'm not going to.
Not unless it's like right in front of me and it's in the crossfire, and I'm like, I keep hitting the mic. And if it's in the crossfire,
if you're
I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna get involved. Like, I mean, if I picture myself not as a woman, I put myself in the shoes of a woman.
Yeah.
How would I feel if I was being catcalled?
Right.
And people were just okay watching this happen.
Right.
Right. So then I do something, and it's happened to me before where the girl's just like, "What, you think I can't handle myself?" And I'm like, "I never said you couldn't. I was just trying to give a helping hand if you want it. But if not, I can walk away now."
Yeah.
And that normally leaves them like, thanks. And I'm like, so would you like some assistance with this fellow gentleman?
You know what? I'll do you one better. One time someone said that to me, and I was like, okay, I was just trying to help. I'll just walk away.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, and then usually what they'll be like, come back and help. Like they'll yell at me, come back and help. Then I'm like, I offered it and you didn't want it, and I'll just keep walking.
Yeah.
Because like if I'm trying to be nice about it, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you educate my
own
people. Like,
it's hard for good men not to like brag and say I'm a good man. Yeah. I don't think I'm the perfect man.
Obviously not. No.
I don't see myself like that in any form of way, and do not take this as that.
To cut it up so it sounds like that.
As a man who is good. Well, as I believe to be good.
Yeah.
I like to help others.
Right.
Go out of my way.
Right.
Help the fellow brethren.
I mean, I'm a soldier. That's kind of my job.
I mean, yeah, that is your job. But the assumption that a man is just, talking to girls because he wants something from her.
Yeah.
Mainly they have these ideas because of douchebags.
Right.
And it's like ruined it for every nice guy.
Right.
With these types of girls, because they just like, I'm just going to help you, I don't mean anything. It doesn't mean I want to start something here.
For sure.
This is like a good Samaritan type thing,
Yeah.
I'm just going to help you out, and I'm booking it.
For sure.
I don't have to see you ever again.
And like the other thing too is like there was this one time where like I tried to help out a girl.
Yeah.
And then she thought I was the other guy's friend.
Yes.
Like trying to back him up. And then she was like even more uncomfortable by it.
Yes.
And I was like, look, I don't know this guy. Like she's like, why is your friend here? And then I'm like, I don't know this guy. I don't even know who he is. I don't even know what his first name is. Like I could care less who this. Right? I'm like, I could care less who this jerk is. And then the guy, like obviously because like I think I called him a jerk. He turns like, dude, why are you attacking me?
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you attacking her? And he's like, I'm not. And then I'm like, technically you are.
Yeah. I mean,
it's all based on perspective. And then later on, like I ran into that girl again.
Yeah.
And we had a long conversation about it. How like, she's like, she said that like my approach to it wasn't. She said she just felt like I jumped in a little too fast.
Yeah.
So she's like, I thought you knew him.
Yeah.
Because of the way how fast you jumped in. I'm like, well, because it was like we were like in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And I was sitting like.
Yeah, because there's guys like that.
Yeah, I was sitting.
That they team up. Yeah. And they're like, okay, you act the fool, I act the hero.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's get this going.
Yeah, right. So I was like, but I was sitting at a different table, right? And this guy was like a couple of tables away, and this girl was like walking out of like. Well, you've seen like the out of like the little market there.
Yeah.
So she's walking out of it, and like the whole way she's walking to her table, they're like, this guy's like, you know, like whistling at her, like calling her, and like all this stuff, and it was like it wasn't even full. It was like 9:30 at night, so it was like empty, right?
Yeah. And
it was just me and like another friend of mine, and then we I see it, so I get up and I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing? and then that's when she like attacked me. But it was one of those things where like based on like the scenario, right? But like most of the times you can tell. Yeah. Like as a guy, if you can tell when a girl is uncomfortable by something you're doing,
I know. You're
not paying attention, and it's all about you clearly.
Yeah.
Like you're not you have to like figure out how to navigate.
Yeah, that. Everything's circumstantial.
Right, yeah.
But like learning to read those circumstances. Right. Because first off, you shouldn't be catcalling to begin with.
Right.
If you don't know that and you're doing that, like not unless it's a girl you know and you have that type of relationship with,
right?
She'll just kind of be like, "Ugh, what an idiot," and just brush it off because I know the person, right?
Right.
But if it's a complete stranger and you're like catcalling, whistling,
well, like
and all of that,
I had a friend who she would do that all the time.
Yeah.
She like flipped the roll.
Yeah.
She would like whistle at me and stuff and be like, "Hey, hot stuff, get over here," and I'd be like, "What are you doing?" Like in front of like we'd be in the cafeteria and she'd be doing this. And
See, but when you do that, it's like embarrassing, but like in a funny way.
Right. Yeah. Right? But like also the fact that like, cause she was always saying how like I never knew what it felt like to have someone do that. So then she started doing this every time we were like every time she'd see me in like a big open area, she'd start doing that. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like so awkward. She's like, you see, now you get it, right? And I'm like, yeah, I get it. Like it's like it's super uncomfortable.
I've had it happen. Yeah.
Like it's so uncomfortable. Like why do people do this?
I know. Like it's like why would the first thing a guy should want to do with a girl is be able to make her feel secure and safe. Right. And the first thing you do is you go and you embarrass her by catcalling. That is like the most ineffective way to talk to a girl, unless the girl is that outgoing.
All right.
We're going to cut right now
for a break.
Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry I'm interrupting this video. I'm here to tell you to follow both our Instagrams and the podcast Instagram. Bro, what do you think about that?
Yeah, man, I approve this message. And we're back. So moving away from the topic of what people think are feminists.
What people think are
not to be a savage or anything.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
I mean, if you disagree with me, okay.
All right. So
you have the right to your opinion. I have the right to mine. Just as long as we let bygones be bygones and we can move on, you know.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I think. Did you? Okay. So moving on completely. Did you hear how Ryan Reynolds is expecting another child?
Yes, I did.
So excited.
I have to keep up with the news now. It's not really like, yeah.
I just like
it was on blast.
I know. It's like it was the greatest thing ever. It was like
I was so happy.
I was reading this like my brother's gonna be like so excited.
I was so happy. I was so excited. I almost jumped out of my seat when this kid said it in the middle of class. I was like, it's like my guy. Like, love Ryan Reynolds, amazing guy. Canadian treasure.
I always wonder if like one day he hears these.
I know, right? Like if I ever become friends with him.
So
that'd be amazing.
Okay, so I was on this like there's like a Facebook page.
Yes.
For like the platform we use to upload our podcast, and this guy was saying how in like a couple of weeks he's gonna hit episode 365.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm thinking of doing a special because I'll reach the number that you can listen to me, like to the podcast.
Yeah.
Every day of the year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a really interesting milestone to hit.
Yeah.
Like, because you basically have a full year worth of content.
Yeah. So you could listen to the podcast for a full year.
Yeah. Like every single day of the year. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. I'm like, I was thinking like we should do something like that.
Yeah. If we want, we don't do, wait, what episode? What milestone are we reaching? Episode
200.
200? Oof. That'd be a while. Yeah. So if we're approaching 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do for 200, but
yeah, we hit it in like November.
Yeah, if you want for the 300 one, we don't do 300. We do
the
365.
I mean, we can do something like it doesn't have to be that big.
And we call it 365, and we can do something small for like 300. Yeah.
But like and then 365 we do like
maybe open a PO box and you guys send us weird stuff. No, I'm kidding.
It's just like that seems a bit intense.
No, but it seems like it might not even be legal, to be honest with you. Some people send some sketchy stuff.
I mean, also we're in Canada, so like if you send something that's like kind of sketchy, it'll just get stuck at the border.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And like it'll get just shipped right back.
Oh yeah.
Because like here they actually
not unless you hand deliver.
Look, if the package looks sketch, like they'll actually open it.
Yeah.
And the way we know it's been opened is because like it'll just be wrapped in tape.
Yeah. Like it'll be wrapped in the postal
just close
code
it
tape.
and then just wrap the entire package.
Yeah.
Like, and I love that. I'm like, okay, so now they know I didn't smuggle anything into the country.
Yeah.
I have to pay that import fee.
Yeah.
But it's like, I always love that. It's like another level of security.
Yeah.
It makes me feel safe,
Yeah. It's like, yay, they didn't send me a bomb. I didn't explode.
Yeah. Especially packages like from, where is it? It's a couple from the States and a couple from China.
Yes.
All the time they're like checking them, and like sometimes from India or wherever else they come from.
Yeah.
But like usually it's very rare that they check an American.
You know what I was thinking for React Mondays?
Yeah.
I was thinking we go to like a store that sells international like candies.
Yeah.
And we try them and react to the candy.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, cause that's what I was thinking. Like we're always doing videos. Let's change it up a bit.
Yeah, we can go get some like tomorrow.
At what time? We're busy
in the morning.
Yeah, obviously. Anyways, that was just an idea I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really shouldn't be having these business meetings.
Yeah. we have a bad habit of starting business meetings on the podcast.
Let us know if you want us to do that. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, there's always like a bunch of stuff too. Like
we don't just have to react to videos. Like we can react to other things.
Yeah, for sure.
If you got a funny friend clip,
I was thinking, what is it? The other one, like the cinnamon challenge.
No, not again.
Not again. I was thinking like we bring back.
Been there, done that.
Brings back the ice bucket challenge.
Been there, done that. I mean, if it's for charity, I would be open to it. Honestly, nothing like Sir. What's his name again?
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yeah,
that was probably the best ice bucket challenge I've ever seen. It was him in a white dim light room with a little table and his stool.
Yeah.
Writing a check out.
Yeah.
Didn't even need water.
A scotch on the rocks.
A scotch on the rocks. Ice challenge. Done. That was like the most. I think that may have been the most elegant way to do the challenge I think I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, he is
he is knighted after all.
I mean, that's all I want, bro. I just want to be knighted. But the queens that are around me, I can't be knighted anymore.
Yeah, you got to do something significant for the crown of the king.
I know, it's kind of challenging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, it's one of those. Obviously, like we talk about content to make so much.
Yeah.
Like it crosses into the podcast because there's so much we're trying to like do, and so we always have ideas.
Yeah.
Like, and I think what we need to do is like open up like a
document,
like a Google Doc.
Yeah.
And just call it ideas.
And like section it off.
Yeah.
Be like React Mondays podcast and then vlogs.
Right. Yeah. Because like
vlogs can be pretty much anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they can literally like. I don't have to. I just need a good angle or of something, and then I can make something out of it. There's people who have entire vlogs where they just clean their room.
I've seen vlogs,
but I don't want to do that.
Have you seen there's a this guy used to do it all the time where he used to like follow his girlfriend around.
Yeah.
And he would just film her. Like you never see him.
Yeah.
Like you just hear but he'd just like follow her like, and she'd just be in a store and just walking around.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't say anything and it'd just be music and like he'd just cut it cool.
I wonder if we could do that. Or you just come with me to college.
Yeah.
And you just walk around with me. And everybody would be like, who's that? And I'd be like, don't worry about him. Just ignore him.
He's the cameraman.
It's the cameraman. I'm working on something. And they'd be like, what are you working on? I'd be like, well, we can't spoil it for them. They're watching.
Yeah.
I mean, but that'd be a pretty long clip, right? Also, the people in the room would have to be open to being recorded.
Right, but I mean, no, I wouldn't just film you in the room. Like, I would just like before the class, like I'd film you in there. Yeah. And then like when you walk out, right, I'd film that. Like you walk into your next class.
I mean, there's some pretty good dialogue in these classes.
I mean, I guess, but I
you don't understand. There's pretty good dialogue.
I can't.
Actually, never mind. It's not appropriate
Yeah.
A lot of it isn't appropriate, but it's really
also
funny.
like I don't think I can legally like anything that the professor says I don't think I can legally like record and upload for my own gain.
Oh no, anything lecture related you can't record.
Of course, that's
I've signed the contract and read it already. It's fine.
Okay. Great. I'm glad we know what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Obviously, there's a lot. I mean,
anything learning related is fine for me.
Yeah.
So pretty much, you don't need to record lectures like the lecture.
Right.
All you need to do is record the discussions between in the breaks.
Right. Yeah.
And I guess like you could record me while I'm sitting down, like writing or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Taking notes.
Yeah. But this is all theoretical.
Yeah.
It might happen or it might not happen. We are uncertain. Stay tuned for that.
Or
if it does,
or if I could just record you doing the other thing.
What do you mean? Which one?
Like the morning one?
The morning one? What do you mean the morning one?
Like when you're in the studio?
What do you mean when I'm in the studio?
The 9 a.m. one?
What do you mean the 9 a.m. one? The 9 a.m. one is me photography.
No. I mean on Fridays.
On Fridays? That's me in photography.
On after class on Friday.
Oh,
then you
me
yeah. I don't want you to say it, but I that's why I'm like trying to go around it without saying.
Yeah.
But that would be a good one.
Yeah,
that one we can do.
Yeah, that one we could do.
That one we could get away with.
Yeah, I mean, my key card still doesn't work. That was odd. Today because I went to go schedule myself.
Yeah.
Okay, because they have a board.
Yeah.
To schedule yourself. I walk in. Well, I try to walk in, card, green light, it works. Doorknob doesn't move. Really disappointing. Try it again, doesn't work. Someone inside, knock on the window, open the door. I'm like, fine, I'm in the studio now. Yeah, changed my thing on the schedule. Man, that was a struggle.
Struggle to get it
I was
done.
like, come on. This is my key card.
I have access.
This is me. Like,
this is my level 9 access.
How much more proof do you need? This is me.
This is my level 9 access code.
Yeah.
Right here. No, it's I think it's crazy how they do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of content we're thinking about doing. We just need to reorganize, regroup, strengthen ourselves,
and how we're gonna
do it. So don't expect something to happen overnight.
Obviously.
Clearly. So maybe next week we might still miss a few things. So be aware of that because we're still scheduling ourselves out.
Yeah.
And once we
do that, the
podcast
will always be constant.
Yeah, the podcast will always be a constant. So don't worry about that. You'll always have my beautiful face every Friday.
Every Friday. Like clockwork.
Like clockwork. So I'm going to wrap up now. This has been Two Line Brothers Podcast. Everything's always in the description, whether it be up, down, left, or right. Make sure to share with your grandmother, share with your rooster, share with your donkey, share with your chinchilla, and make sure to share with all your goldfish. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. If we do a vlog, or if not, React Mondays, or if not, for certain 100%, you'll see us Friday on the podcast next week. Peace.
Bye.